gentlemen, 6 rounds. Your receiver instructions are to give us a spirited, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. That's the foul line. That's the foul line. Touch your gloves. Go to your corners.
That may be the foul line, and we would have loved for Luis Pavon to tell us where the foul line was on the Usyk
right?
Dubois
there
fight.
It is.
But this young man, he doesn't need that because he will hit you to your head, to your body, everywhere. He's got a 5-fight knockout streak. Abdullah Mason looking for his 10th professional win. This is his 10th fight in just 21 months as a pro, and he's ready to shine here for all of you on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Well, first of all, you're going to see the amateur pedigree and the technical prowess of Mason. You can see it right out the gate how controlled he is. And he told us in the fighter meetings yesterday that he's working on patience. That's what he's going to work on. He says, you know, sometimes I can get a little bit side myself and, you know, let shots go when I shouldn't have. You know, he says, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to set up. You know, he's going to set up his attack, starting off with his jab.
Coming off of a second-round technical knockout against Alex de Oliveira. Before that, he went 6 rounds before stopping Desmond Lyons. Those were his first 2 fights of 2023, fighting for the 3rd time this year, and that's what you want to see in a developing young fighter like Abdullah Mason. Activity and improvement, and he hasn't failed yet.
Yeah, activity is important for a fighter. It's like, you know, it's like produce in the store. Think about it that way. It's like if you let some bread sit on the counter too long, it's gonna get molded. You let some food in the refrigerator sitting there too long, what's gonna happen? It's gonna get spoiled. If you let a boxer sit too long, what happens? He gets rusty. You know, he's not acclimated to the ring anymore. He forgets about these bright lights and the pressure that goes with it. You got to stay busy and stay active. You got to continue to sharpen your skills every time you step foot in that ring.
And it's very different when you're doing it with headgear and big gloves in just sparring sessions, because we have both seen, Tim, over the years, champions in the gym, but under the bright lights, it all changes. Abdullah, he's ready for the bright lights, and he wants that smoke. Just 19 years old.
You know, that's hard to believe. I'm not going to lie. That's really hard to believe when you watch him in the way he controls the ring and dominates the center of the ring, and just his reflexes and counterpunching ability and everything that comes along with him. You know, this young man, look, this young man has an opportunity to be a champion before he's able to even buy alcohol. Think about that.
Like a Mike Tyson?
I'm just saying, yeah. 2 years from now, this kid can very well be a champion before his 21st birthday.
In a loaded lightweight division, so he may have to wait his turn and deal with the politics as Villarraga lands a looping left hand.
See, and those are the unexpected shots right there. You know, he thought he was clear, and you know, Villarraga was in a position to where it looks like he wasn't going to throw a shot, but he just threw a shot, you know, out of nowhere, just kind of trying to protect himself, you know, and was able to land that shot. But Villarraga, I mean, he knows what he's here to do. You know, if you look at his record, look at his track record, I mean, this guy hasn't won a fight in 7 years. He hasn't won a fight in 7 years, man. But he's here to make it rough and tough for Mason.
He did upset Brandon Mendoza in October, but let's listen in to Valiant Mason speak to his son Abdullah. In our fighter meetings, Valiant and Abdullah Mason talked about one thing. They said, boxing in this fight, we're going to look at boxing in order to begin and assess my opponent, feel them out, break them down, and set them up to finish in impressive fashion.
Yeah, that was a nice right hand. Just, you know, right there. Villarraga just letting his hands go. Just let him go, fly, let him fly. Something will eventually land. Another right hand lands for Villarraga.
And it's interesting because Valiant, his father said, Abdullah, see that block wall? Set it up and finish. Well, it just so happens that Cesar Villarraga works construction, installing block walls. So, not sure he knew that, but
maybe he did. I
life coincidence. Or is it a coincidence? Nice body work from Abdullah Mason. Villarraga making Mason work, which is good. Making him think about that right hand, moving his feet.
That's exactly. I mean, Villarraga is reactive. That's what he is. That's the word I was looking for. He's reactive. You know, a scared fighter is a dangerous fighter. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not saying he's scared. What I'm saying is he's just reactive, like he's almost scared. You know, he's making sure that he's protecting himself. When Mason lets some offense off, he's making sure to punch back just so he can back him off.
So both fighters landing
good
nice
right
counter shots. Villarraga with the rights and Abdullah with the lefts.
So what you're seeing, and the reason why Abdullah's getting hit with those shots is that when he's throwing his shots, he's keeping his head directly centered, okay? And admiring his work for just a brief moment. He's not clearing the distance where you have Villarraga that's just letting his hands fly from position, and he's catching Mason.
Straight left, can't miss from Mason, but the right hand is always active from Villarraga, and it's found a home on the young 19-year-old.
See, that's what I mean by reactive right there from Villarraga. So what he did was he's waiting biding his time, then he's waiting on the young gun to let something go, and then he's reacting right after. Because he knows those are the moments that there's some vulnerability in Mason's game.
There's that 1-2.
Boom, nice. Nice 1-2. See, Mason got caught right there just trying to think. Sometimes you just got to react.
Nice body work from Mason with the left. We were talking about that precise concept of just being instinctual and not thinking in the ring with Nico Ali Walsh, who we'll see later on tonight. And see if he can get closer to that in his return from what was a draw that was overturned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission due to an adverse test from his opponent. And he's an undefeated fighter who's on a 12-fight knockout streak, 19-0 with 18 knockouts.
Not an easy task.
Not at all.
I don't think it's an easy task. If he makes it look easy, wow. You know, Kosobuski is a pocket rocket. He likes to operate mid-range to inside. He's dangerous. He has short arms and he's compact. And he doesn't load up his shots. They just come right from position and heavy punches.
Villarraga just landed a nice looping overhand left. Oh, nice uppercut from Abdullah Mason, and he shook Villarraga. Now he's going down to the body.
So what you're seeing now is Mason has decided to step to Villarraga. He doesn't feel the punching power from him. He doesn't feel that he's strong enough. And so he's willing to take more chances. So when he's in the line of fire, he probably will get clipped more times than none, but he's looking to land his and get his off.
Mason doing a better job of getting his head off the line here in round number 3. As he presses Villarraga backwards, and I don't know that Villarraga is very comfortable stepping back. Nice left from Mason. He set it up perfectly off of a blinding jab.
That body shot. Now, see, now that's what I'm talking about. Now, those are precise shots right there from Mason. Nice setup, getting around the elbow of Villarraga to land that body shot.
Now he's making Villarraga miss with a right.
Get your arms out of there. Punch out. Punch out. Stop. Stop. Wait. Stop that. You got your arm around him.
It's about to break down. Don't rush. Don't rush. He's slowing down. He's slowing down.
So what you're seeing from Mason, occasionally you'll see him react with offense, and then you will see his body, his upper part of his body, he'll do a pull. You know, he'll pull his body back and get out of range. He appears to be in range, and then he pulls his body away, and then he tries to counter. It's a great move. Great move. But it can be a dangerous one, too, if you don't do it at the right time, one. Also, if you drop your hands, and if a guy step in behind that pull, he can catch you with a shot. It's dangerous. And another guy that does it quite often is Jared Anderson.
We saw him get caught by Charles Martin last time out. Low on the belt line there from Abdullah Mason. Those shots are good as he now focuses his work downstairs.
Good angles on the inside by Abdullah Mason.
Stop. Breaks it back. Officer. 5 seconds.
Villarraga giving Abdullah Mason a solid another test here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as Villarraga goes back to his corner, as does Abdullah Mason. And that was Amir Mason, Abdullah's brother, with the last words there for Abdullah.
So that's what I would tell. That's what I would tell Abdullah. Is like, hey man, use your jab, take your time. I know you want to break them down. You're getting anxious. You know, you're 19 years old. Take your time though. You know, set it up. Fight behind your jab. Use your feints. Open him up.
You know what? Villarraga starts quick. The last couple of rounds, he's been able to land some good shots on Abdullah Mason, who's content to exchange and see if Villarraga can take his firepower.
Dropped his hand, threw an uppercut from too far. That's another thing that I noticed from Abdullah Mason. Sometimes he throws his uppercut from a little bit too far away, and he drops the opposite hand in the process, and he getting caught, and he got caught right there with that shot.
Villarraga's an excellent counterpuncher. Nice body work, straight left to the belt line.
But I can just tell you this: Abdullah doesn't feel threatened at all. I mean, if he felt threatened, he wouldn't be throwing shots and unleashing shots like that and allowing anything to get inside. So he's comfortable right now, taking and also receiving. He's being a real pro right now. He's growing up before our eyes
and doing it in the pocket.
Yes. Of course, you want your opponent, you want your fighter to make those shots miss. But it's a judgment thing, and it comes with the fighter, you know. If you get in there with a power punch, you got to be careful. You can't be making them same moves and habits, creating habits for yourself. So.
Villarraga made his pro debut in September of 2013. He's Abdullah Mason. He's just 9 years old. Abdullah just turned 19 recently. Nice left uppercut from Abdullah, straight left. You see the quickness in that left hand, and Villarraga answers with the overhand right.
Nice angle taken right there from both guys. I mean, both guys are having some good moments in there. Abdullah definitely, Mason is definitely getting the better of it, but you know, Villarraga, he's no slouch. He's in there. He's trying. I don't know. He don't look like he's trying to win, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to fight back. That's it. He's trying to fight back. He knows what he's here to do. He's here to test the young gun. He's not here to win.
He's doing just that.
Just enough. That's it. Just enough.
Just enough to keep Abdullah Mason honest, actually.
That's it. And to uncover some mistakes or flaws.
Yeah.
So the matchmakers can see and say, okay, he's not ready for that. Maybe we're going to put him in with that.
Ooh, nice body work from Abdullah Mason. Sitting on his punches, taking right hand as these two exchange at the bell.
Abdullah, being young, being a little bit, I would say, somewhat naive to a certain degree, he doesn't feel the power coming back from Villarraga, so he's okay. He's like, that's nothing. That's nothing for him.
And half of Villarraga's 10 victories have come by stoppage. 89% of Abdullah Mason's wins have come before the final bell. So there's levels of competition, and Villarraga is a step up from what we've seen Mason in against before, in that he's presenting a challenge. He's presenting different questions to be asked from Abdullah Mason, which he's figuring out as the rounds progress.
Yes, which is good. This is great. You know, Abdullah, he needs more rounds. You know, he needs to go through more things in these rounds. He needs to see more, and that's what we're getting right here in this fight from Villarraga.
We talked about the 5-fight knockout streak, and sometimes, no matter what stage of your career you're in, you start to fall in love with seeing guys go down.
Oh, yeah.
And you forget to set things up.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. And what you did in the last fight don't work in this fight.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, man. It really is.
Ooh, Villarraga setting up that right hand, and Mason just barely ducks out of the way.
Again, no feints. I'm looking for feints. I don't see enough feints. You know, one of the things that I learned from Manny Pacquiao was, when I fought him the first time, was, dude, he feinted the hell out of me. Oh my gosh, this dude throws so many feints. Foot feints, head feints, hand feints, you know, and he kept me busy. Yeah. He kept me burning energy, just trying to anticipate when he's going to attack. And I said, you know what? I'm bringing that to my game. I'm gonna feints. I'm gonna throw a ton of feints.
Mental pressure.
Oh my goodness, yes it is. Oh, nice uppercut. That time he got it right on the money. Caught him as he was coming forward with that beautiful uppercut.
But Villarraga can sure take a punch here through the first 5 rounds against Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, and Abdullah done it all. He's went to the head. He's also went to the body. I mean, he's trying to find the key, but the key is the liver. That's where the key is at, the liver. He got to find a way to get to that liver of Villarraga.
Villarraga, the father of 3 children,
right hand.
15, 11, and 4. He fights for them to have a better life, and that's what Abdullah Mason's up against. A man who works constructions in the heat of Southern California, then goes to the gym because he loves this. And so you got to break him down like Mason's trying to do there to the body.
Need more body work, though. You know I'm asking a lot, but you gotta need more body work. When you hit the guy, your best punch up top, you catch him flush, you hit him right on the chin, he don't go anywhere. Man, keep testing that body, keep breaking him down. The process still isn't done. You have to keep working that body.
5 excellent rounds of work being provided for Abdullah Mason by Cesar Villarraga, joined by his brothers Adel and Abdurrahman, who are going to be making their professional debuts. I mean, 4 out of 5 Mason brothers are going to be fighting within the next month. And you see Villarraga taking those body shots from Mason, who has now set his sights on going downstairs against the Colombian.
It's nice. It's good work. But Mason's been a little bit more responsible in the inside. He's going 1 and 2s, not 3s and 4s. He's trying to pay attention to what's coming back now.
Don't post, no posting.
The referee know about posting.
Hey, you can't just joust with that hand. You gotta use it as a jab or put it away.
Now, let me tell you something else about feints. You know, at the end of the last round, Mason, he did throw some feints. And it was almost like hand feints. But Villarraga didn't bite because it was the wrong distance and he didn't believe it. You know, your feints, when you do it, you got to do it at a certain distance to where you're just outside that line of fire and you're close enough and you do it and then he reacts.
You got to sell him.
You got to sell him. Yes, sir. Love this work. I love this work by Abdullah. I really do. Love it. You know, he can take this. It's a masterpiece. He can take this and not in a way to where it was a spectacular performance, but what I'm saying is that this is the stuff that you need to go back home and get better. Need this type of work.
Sometimes you gotta grind out a win.
Oh yeah.
Not just blast guys out.
Yes.
And this is valuable experience for Abdullah Mason, who came into this fight basically with a total of 23 rounds and 9 fights. He's going to leave here with 29 and 10 fights. But this was a tough man in front of him in Villarraga at 37 years old. Not everybody's just going to lie down when you hit him with your best shot.
Yeah, I mean, the matchmakers understand that, you know, it's important to test your young talent. You know, I think he needs an even better test than this, you know, moving forward. I mean, when you get tested, I mean, it deepens your bag of experience, you know, and you find ways to have him to overcome like he's doing right now.
There's that flurry from Abdullah Mason trying to break down Villarraga. That's a great left hand as Villarraga tries to answer, but Mason is answering the call here in the 6th round.
And see, you know, we hear that saying all the time that pressure, you know, is known to create diamonds. But you know what pressure also is known to do?
Bust pipes?
No, hell no.
What?
Give you a stinky fart. Hey, he has to show. He has to show tonight, man. He has to show which one he is. Is he a stinky fart under that pressure, or guess what? Or he a diamond. And right now he's showing he's a diamond, baby.
The diamond in the rough.
That's right.
Valiant Mason, his father, is in charge of making sure that he polishes that up, makes the right cut so that Abdullah Mason can fulfill his destiny of becoming a future world champion.
Yes, sir. I like what I saw tonight. This was great work by Abdullah Mason, I would say. Villarraga came to fight. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to test the young lion. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what his job assigned. That was his assignment. That's what he did today. And in spots, you saw some vulnerability in the young man Mason. Mason was strong, made some adjustments along the way. You know, got hit with some shots, took some shots very well, dug down to the body. You know, but the one thing that I like about this young man is that he never stopped looking for the knockout. He has that killer instinct, my brother. He does. He has that killer instinct, man, and that's hard to teach. But it was a good sound fight, I believe, for him. Great learning experience for him. And he's going to go back to the drawing board after this fight. There's no doubt about it. And he's going to come back even bigger, stronger, and better.
And he never got outside of himself. He never got over anxious. He stayed within the game plan. And that's what you want to see from a young fighter. Not every fight has to end in spectacular fashion, even though we love that. All right, let's set it up to Martino for the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, after 6 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Henry Ellick, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and Chris Ritter all scored the bout 60-54. For your winner by unanimous decision, Abdullah Mason!
10th victory, great work for the young man